Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 9th episode of the Completionist series. By now, you should be able to know where you can find the entire playlist, but if you're new, welcome and click on the top right. In the last episode, we managed to train a lot of combat and got our basics done in order to complete quests. Sit up straight and grind hard while you enjoy this episode. So I calculated that I needed about 250 of the Meloic Adrathril ore in order to reach level 37, provided that I have enough U-poles. So we're just gonna run those, buy everything. We're sitting at 179 silver, but that should be more than enough. All the ores have been bought. Instead of filling my inventory 100%, I'll just get like 10 to 12 of the gas leeches this time. That should be more than enough to get us close to 100% again. Obviously, the 250 bars are not accounting for any knowledge points. So what I'll try to do is unlock the AFK activities that were still missing from when we were doing Minefighter a little bit earlier. And after that, I might just dump a single one into Carpenter just to get that level. And there is the level 56 Carpenter. I've also just verified, and all the knowledge points for the AFK activities have been spent, which means that we now have a lot of flexibility to dump them into several skills. I just noticed that I forgot that we had a lot of the Adrathril still banked in our storage, which means that we are now sitting on such an incredible amount of bars, as you can see right here, 715, as well as the 900 iron ingots that we still have, that at some point in the future we will need to process all of them for both bars in order to ensure that we extract all the GP out of it. Right, and that is a full quartermaster if I recall correctly. Let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. So we are now going to spend a knowledge point, convert that to blacksmithing, and there is level 37, which couldn't come at a better time, as that now means that we can now transition over to the new iron. If you paid attention in the previous episodes, you know that we have 1700 of these. Because it's one of my go-tos to do when I edit. So yeah, it's 921 of the basic iron ingots, as well as 677 of the basic Adrathril ingots. So how much will this first inventory make us? 77 silver. That is big. That is very nice. And the second half inventory, 38 silver. Which means that we're back at 163. And since we're sitting on so many resources, I'm not afraid at all to make this call, i.e. buy more XP potions. We're sitting on 54. Let's just max out. There we go. That is 120 exactly. We are going to deposit them as we are going to AFK. Continue with Forager for a little bit. I'm expecting roughly 18 to 20 hours of AFK. Right, let's take a look. 53.2k. Ho ho. Whoa, that's 47 already. So that means that roughly 2 days from now we'll be done with Forager. Very nice indeed. We'll deposit everything, and since we have all the levels, I think we can start looking at doing the Mentubin's Legacy quest. Now I first want to smith a weapon, obviously. Now I've done the math, and if we're not even accounting for the 5% XP potion, these 1700 limonite ore will be enough to push us towards the next ore, which is the Carbonese ore again, tier 2 that is, which is level 52. So by just AFKing whilst I was editing videos and stuff like that, we managed to mine all the iron ore that we would need. So this is just a pure pile of money. I most likely will have to buy more of the XP pots in order to process everything. Now, obviously, we won't process everything right now. What we will do, however, is do like 2 to 3 inventories to try and get that weapon. I can't help myself. I am going to transfer all these ores over into bars and then probably smith them all. It's relatively doable for me to edit the video, so I might as well. Now that we're going to focus blacksmithing a bit more, I think it's also a very good idea to dump our knowledge points in that. So let's do that immediately. That will definitely help in the long run get higher levels. Now, like I said, we have more than enough resources for us to hit level 52, but higher, always better. Number goes up. And with these 2 ingots, everything is done. Let me just take a look at how many we have. That's 1723 limonite iron ingots. Very nice. Let's withdraw those. And what I would like to do is go for a rapier and get ourselves a level 41. as well as these two, in order to get everything to the maximum level before we actually start thinking about completing the quest. And there's our untuned sword. Let's take a look at the comparison. So it's 81 versus 87 for a 6 level difference, as well as a little bit better in the Cryonate stat. That is very nice. Let's try our hand at the throwing twin blades as well. And there it is, very nice. And here we are. Let's attune these guys, and that would be 1. And that would be 2. Let's take a look. Yep, that's better. And this guy is better, but it has no special attack. The other one has 85% Cryonate, but I'll take it nonetheless. I'm just going to set up the AFK as it is. End of day for me. I should have already been in bed for a couple hours, but I just wanted the ores all smelted today. We managed to get level 46 blacksmithing as well, so level 50 is very close. The only thing is, we don't have any money. And all of these things sell for 40, well, nearly 48 silver, so that's pretty great. As I have a shift rotation, that means that there's not a lot of AFK in the initial part of the day, which means that if we can get to 47.5, that would be great, but even that is unlikely. 15k XP. We actually got past our objective, which is very, very nice. I have to work later in the day, but I've got a couple hours and we're going to be productive. With the AFK that we're gonna get during the day when I have to work, as well as obviously when I get home and I go to sleep, I'm expecting roughly level 49 tomorrow morning. I needed the clip for a different episode, and oh, actually we wasted one, but that's fine. We managed to pick up the remainder of gas leeches, and now we have 1000 out of 1000. I'll dump the remainder in the tea machine, as we'll need that too at some point for a different skill. The tea machine can be found just to the southeast of the portal stone. It seems to me that this is used in the stonemason profession. And there we go, 120 charges, and we haven't even started the skill. Very nice. I'll probably periodically pick up a couple more of the gas leeches in order to just slowly fill it up. And so the smithing for GP begins. We are sitting at 1651 bars and just under 50 silver. Now, I've run some numbers on this, but they were at lower levels of the weaponry. And obviously, you're gonna make the highest level weaponry that you can, even though the XP per bar might not be the best out there. So we're just gonna try to maximize getting through these bars as fast as we can and see how much GP we're gonna end up with. Let's get to work. I've done my tests and we're immediately going to switch over to the throwing twin blades. Yes, they use a bar less, so it's gonna be a little bit slower XP, but we'll make significantly more money. And I can also prove this. Quick maths. When smithing a greeny shield, you're getting about 1810 copper. This requires 5 bars and thus comes out to 362 copper per bar. When smithing a greeny twin blade, you're getting 1940 copper for 4 bars, which comes out to 485 GP. This is a 25.4% increase in GP. I'll take that. For our first inventory, we are going to receive 65 silver. Wow. And for the second inventory, we are going to receive 73 silver. The rare twin blades are really hard carries as they are above 13 silver each, which is just amazing. Right, let's sell this, and that's 188 silver already. Oh my god. I knew this was money. And this is the first inventory where we're getting over 100 silver. And that's the third cycle completed. We are going to buy a couple more XP potions. I knew up front that we would need more than what we had. We're sitting at 477 silver with less than a half a level to go, so we're fine. Let's just buy like that. That's more than enough. And then return. We won't have enough money to immediately buy the cape, most likely once we actually get level 50. Very nice of you and No Creamy to watch the 6th episode. And there is the level 50 journeyman cape for blacksmithing. Yes! That's another one added. Now, we obviously don't have the money, so we're just going to continue smithing until the quartermaster storage for the untuned weapons is completely full, and then we'll take a look. Level 666 total level. Right, so here we are for the final sale in order to actually get the cape. That's number 1. And that already pushes us over, which is nice. And that's the second inventory for another 66 silver. Let's go pick up this cape. And here we are once again. Let's unequip this and deposit it in the bank. Let's trade Daguerre. And this is a great moment. There it is. Boom. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Haha, very nice. This is a cape I think I'm gonna wear for a while. That also brings up the following point. Now at level 52, which we're very close to, we can switch over to the Ulzian Carbonese ingot. However, this requires us to have level 40 mining. We haven't stocked up on any of this ore yet. And since we obviously still need to do a lot of forager AFK as well, and thus also need to spend the money in order to buy the level 50 cape, we are going to continue with transporting all of our bars into the forge in order to get the weapons out of that and extract the maximum amount of financial value. It's about time for me to head to work. With everything now sold, we're sitting at roughly 500 bars remaining, whilst nearly 54.5 as well as 408 silver. So we're definitely going to be able to afford this level 50 forager cape. Right, let's take a look. 51.8k, and that's level 49. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, it will be finished. And I believe that this is a great endpoint for blacksmithing for now. We are still sitting on roughly 189 bars, but we're most likely gonna need that to craft new weapons periodically, as we will have to deal with this until level 87 Minefighter. Well, 88 actually. For now, we are going to go back to Hopeport, pick up our health potions. We are going to make work of the quest Mentuban's Legacy. It is finally time to start doing it. As always, we are bringing our trusty health as well as fear potions in order to carry us through this quest. I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to defeat the boss. Yes, it's level 35 and it has a bazillion health, but I think we'll be more than fine. Fancy seeing you here, No Creamy, mining away. Very nice. The start of the quest is actually here in the gnome dwelling at Thaddeus. So let's start this quest and get our teleport to the gnome forge as well as a lot of XP. First up was the minecart puzzle. I really enjoyed doing this as it reminded me of a different quest in a different game. Nevertheless, still very easy to do and very intuitive as well. The boss fight was also a lot of fun to do. I figured I'd have a lot of problems because of the health pool that the NPC has, but all in all it really wasn't that bad with a little bit of health management. I also have to say the mining drilling machine looks amazing. I love the artwork that they did. And I also thought it was a very, very fun idea of the developers to let us actually drive the mining machine all the way back. And that is going to be the quest completed, which is very nice. A chunk of XP, access to the dynamite mining, as well as the new venture, as well as the deep mine teleport stone. And since we've now completed the quest and we have access to the venture, what I'll do is I'll cancel a venture for fishing and start the venture for the rhombic brimstone. And there he goes, Parsley. Amazing. Now this will tie in perfectly with my job, as I'll come back just as about the venture is completed. So this is going to be fun collecting that for the first time. Additionally, to the west of the Bronze Gate, we now have access to the TNT's explosives. We'll immediately come into contact with these if we really want to, as from level 32 onwards, we can use the moderate explosives. These are used in order to mine coarse deathstone. And FYI, the deathstone is mined at a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning 1 dynamite for 1 deathstone. And now we're at a significant crossroad. Either A, we continue to train all our skills in the Mines of Mentuban and ensure that we can complete the quest The Lost and Found, or we proceed to episode 4 being Chronopolis. It's a tough choice to make, so I'm gonna require all the help that I can get. I've launched a community poll on my YouTube channel in order to find out what you guys think. In the meantime, I'm going to transition a little bit back and we're going to make a start of the Gatherer skill. We haven't done this and we should have done this perhaps a long time ago. I think 20 will be a reasonable goal, as we can then AFK it towards level 50, so we can also secure 50 base in Hope Forest, which is not a priority at all at the moment, but I just want to have the option unlocked. Luckily, we're still sitting on 125 of the XP pots. However, what I am going to do is I am going to buy a couple more fear potions then and see if we actually need them or not. Oh wait, actually no, we don't have any tools, so we'll need to buy those first. So actually, yes, we need to go to Hope Forest since we need to go to Timberwell Supplies in order to purchase those. So I made the mistake of assuming that we needed the equipment, but that's level 4. So we're just gonna make our way to the north and start getting our hands on the veined glow plant, which is the first skill node. And here we are in the forest clearing. We can also find a couple at the road to Hopeport. There is a storage rift over here, but I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna do that. Level 2, not gonna mess about, immediately transition over to these guys. Level 4 already, dumped 2 of the level 1 on the floor. We need to head south to buy our first tool, so we're just gonna deposit everything in the storage rift. And here we are at Timberwell Supplies. Let's trade Vincent and buy the rake for 43 silver. Very nice. I can upgrade this, but we're low on money and I don't care enough about this skill to actually do that. We'll just brute force this skill. Here we are in the bear clearing, as well as the two-headed bear clearing. There's more over there. Luckily the bears are not aggressive, so we can just quickly gather these crooked goat horns. Now these are something that technically we should bank, as they are used in the bone right skill. About half an inventory necessary in order to actually get level 6, which is the Tad Apple. Luckily, by teleporting back to the Hope for Central Portal Stone, we're gonna get another storage rift marker, which is very nice, and we're also gonna deposit these, as the Tad Apples are in a very safe location. And here we are in the Timberwell side road. There's more in Mr. McGrish's garden, and we're just gonna collect these until level 8, when we can transition to Valiant Lake. And there we go, level 8, almost a full inventory. Kind of an annoying cycle. Oh wait, that's north. We need central, if I recall correctly. Kind of an annoying cycle, as there's a little bit of downtime, so you might want to combine with the ash trees in order to actually get that fixed. However, there's no easy way in order to deposit the Tad apples, as they are a secondary for the alchemy skill, so that kind of makes it, well, annoying to say the least. But we're passing the storage rift marker anyway, so we might as well just deposit that. And now we're gonna transition over to the Valiant Lake, which is here in the narrow path and the thin trail, and there's 4 in each region, so very nice. We need to do this until level 10. Been a while since we've been here. Last time we actually needed to be here was when we managed to get our Cryonate class. After that, there's really no reason to come to this cave to the north anymore. Again, there's downtime when collecting these, so you might as well just chop a yew tree while you're here, when you're waiting. And by doing that, you are able to get a pretty full inventory with a single XP pot. Yeah, whilst doing this, we got ourselves a knowledge point. Let's dump it into mining, since we need to get to 40 at some point. And there's level 10. Requires less than 2 inventories. If you've completed the quest Forgotten Things, you can teleport to the North Hope Forest Portal Stone, and that will put you just north of the resource. And here they are. Unfortunately, there's no way to easily bank this other than teleporting perhaps to the Central Portal Stone and then moving to the southwest before returning here. Now, there's a lot available here, which is definitely in our favor, but unfortunately it's not enough to keep a perfect cycle going, so just chop a tree whilst you're waiting for everything to respawn. And there's level 12 already, very nice. And here's the Cyclops path for the next resource, being the yellowing ram horns, as well as that there is a Cyclops here, which plays into our quest, the Horn of Hopeport, because at some point we're going to get negotiation with a Cyclops as well, which means that we'll end up at this place in order to actually get ourselves towards Chronopolis. This resource is a secondary for the Bone Right profession, so I might consider just depositing it. And there is level 14. You can now gather the bitter fruit, which have no use whatsoever, so we're just, other than just selling them, so we're just gonna deposit everything on the floor. And here we are in the Path of Good Intentions, as well as to the east, the cliffside path. Here are the bitter fruits. And there is the level 16, which pushes us up to the Dukin chestnuts. Now, we're not going to gather them right now, as I'm going to set up the AFK, as I need to go to work in a little bit. When we actually return to the Gatherer skill, we're going to be annoyed. So we need fear potions, as the chestnut is in a aggressive area. I can see why people hate this skill. Luckily, I don't care too much about it, as it is not of any utmost priority for us, as we are luckily Cryonase, so that's mining and blacksmithing. Thank God for that. For those of you who have to deal with this skill, I'm sorry and I feel for you. Push through, guys. You'll get there no matter what. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Obviously, when looking at it from a completionist perspective, we will also need to do those things, as we need to obviously max our account with a level 500 base. But for us, it is a-okay, as we are going to get a new level 50 cape. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Right, just got back from work. Let's see if it was enough. Yes, it is. Very nice. We can now wear the Journeyman Forager cape, and we did all of that passively. And here we are, as always. Let's unequip the cape. I said that I would wear this for a long time, but we are here, and we're gonna buy it. The Forager cape for 504 silver, and let's take a look. Honestly, with the cutout at the bottom, it's not even bad. I like it a lot. I'll wear this for a little while, but that also means that now when we go AFK, we have a different option. Obviously, we're very close to level 20 Gatherer, which is something we're going to work on right now after getting to our venture, which we're going to teleport to preemptively. Whoa, that's the wrong one. But we could also spend some time on skills in the Mines of Mantuban, as I do believe we need level 40 Miner, as level 40 Miner is something we need to get relatively quickly. So, not a lot of options at this point, which is great. And this is the first time that we're gonna collect this venture, so let's ring the bell. Hey, there he is. Hello, Podsley. Whoa, would you look at that? Well, immediately start it again. Thank you, I'll definitely take that. These are explosive ingredients. Let's go over here to TNT's explosives. And I believe this person can make it into explosives for us. Hey, would you look at that? Very nice. Thank you, Tommaso. Now, obviously, like I stated in the previous clip, these are for course death stones, which we're gonna try at a later stage, but not right now, as we're definitely going to move towards level 20 Gatherer. And here we are in the central junction, where they are. In the area to the east, there are aggressive vipers, and those are the ones that we're gonna protect against with our fear potion. So once we actually enter that area, I'm just gonna drink it. There's 3 over here and 3 in the next area, which gives us a 3-3 solution. And unfortunately, that does mean that there's a lot of downtime, and the chestnut that we're gathering is used for the strength arbor potion. And there's level 18 already. A little over 2 inventories. Opted not to chop any logs, as I just wanted to relax, as the past 2 days at work have been, well, not fun to say the least. We can now gather these tricky bone spikes, so let's make our way there. Here we are at the overgrown trail. Luckily for us, there are no aggressive monsters here, which is great, as we can just peacefully harvest them. Also, there's a storage rift in this area, which means that it's just perfect for continuous harvesting. This is used for the bonewright profession. And the crystal clearing also holds a couple of these bone spikes. The area that we visited when initially finding out about the corruption in the Hope Forest area. And there is the level 20, and we saved a knowledge point for that in order to immediately unlock the AFK ability, which is very, very nice. Now with that settled, that will definitely help us out. And I just noticed that there's also another AFK ability for a different skill, which is located where exactly? Oh, there. Oh, okay. Well, very nice. Roses are red, violets are blue. I didn't upgrade my tools. How about you? This skill is horrendous without any tool upgrades. If we're ever seriously considering going for level 50, we will invest some money into that. And there it is, level 22 Gatherer. Very nice. We can now gather the white tang fruit. Right, let's swing our rock at this iron ore. And there is level 39 Miner. One more level until the Olzian Cabernet ore, which is what we're hunting for. That is also level 700 total, and that is very, very nice indeed. we are going to set up the AFK activity for mining. It's only a couple of hours, but I'm hopeful that it will get us to level 40. I encountered this a little bit earlier. I want to open up this exit. Can we now unlock it? Yes, there we go. So this should now allow us access to Hope Forest, and it does. Great, now we have this unlocked. That's going to be useful at some point, as it allows us to get the storage rift in the minecart tunnel. We're gonna mine this white alabaster. See you on the flip side. Oh, and we can forget about getting level 40 mining from this activity when I wake up. Not happening. We require 11.6 hours in order to get that level. Right, 7 hours, let's take a look. 15.3k, very nice, over halfway. We're just gonna continue mining to get that level 40 out of the way, as it just sets us up too perfectly for blacksmithing continuation in the future. And the way we're gonna try to do this is with our newly acquired explosives. I bought a couple more. Let's just drink an XP potion and see how this goes. Okay, so it stunned us, so we were a little bit too close. Okay, so I just verified, and we need to be 3 squares away when the explosive blows up. So it's 1, 2, 3. Right, the first inventory has been completed. We dumped everything in the storage rift and then bought new explosives in the TNT shop. It's a very nice activity, however, the gathering of the resources is obviously a lot slower than what we're used to. Specifically, this resource is used for the stonemason skill to craft weapons between level 28 to 34. So all in all, not that bad, as we need to get through those levels in order to actually complete the Lost and Found quest. And there is the level 40 miner that we were looking for. We can now mine Alzian Carbonese ore, which is what we need in order to continue our blacksmithing journey. Very nice. And I think that this is also a great moment to end off the 9th episode. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, then consider dropping a like and subscribe. Next episode is episode 10. That's a special one. So definitely stay tuned for that. Have a nice day, guys.